Today we're going to compare the Ergobaby Metro3 and the Nuna TRVL LX, two premium brand ultra compacts that have quite different advantages and disadvantages with relation to child comfort, ease of use, longevity, and driving characteristics. So let's jump straight into it then, beginning with the Metro 3, which weighs 8 kilos and folds down to 44 by 23 by 56 centimeters. It can take 22 kilos in the seat and 10 in the underslung shopping basket. When it comes to child comfort, the Metro seat is adjustable between a newborn acceptable near-flat recline and an upright position that's decently vertical, though it does take some finger strength to pull the strap all the way up. Size-wise, the Metro seat has a width of 30 centimeters, a total length of the sitting surface, meaning the combined lengths of the backboard, baseboard, and leg rest, of 94, and a total longer length of 122, when taking into account space under the canopy with the seat upright, and the length to the front frame mounted footrest. As far as other aspects of the seat go, the Metro has premium feeling textiles, the harness is easy to use with no rethread shoulder straps, and there are openable ventilation panels both in the seat back when it's reclined as well as in the canopy, which is extendable and provides good sun coverage. For the newborn period, a newborn apron is zipped into the leg rest to make the flat recline a little more nest-like, while in addition, car seat adapters are also available that are compatible with a variety of brands. Looking at parent comfort, the Metro's handle is adjustable between two positions, 103 and 109 centimeters, while the shopping basket is decently accessible, at least with the seat upright. When it comes to folding, the Metro folds down easily, having an auto-folding setup, though unfolding is a bit heavy, with the chassis getting hung up at the arm joints and making a loud cracking sound as it's pulled fully open. When folded, the Metro self-stands, has folded dimensions that are within the IATA's guidelines for cabin luggage, and has a carry handle sewn into the seat. As far as how the Metro feels to use, the model has a solid, dependable feel with thick bars and strong connection points, though that being said, the adjustable handle is likely to loosen a bit over time, and while wheel size is larger than average, 5.5 inches in the front and 6.7 in the back, suspension is virtually unnoticeable, which makes the model feel quite jittery over uneven terrain. On top of this, I'd also note that rolling over rougher ground can be a little noisy due to some looseness with the front wheels, and the somewhat narrow rear frame can also make the model feel a little tippy sometimes with sharper turns. Moving on, the TRVL LX clocks in at a more or less equivalent 7.7 kilos, but folds down to a larger 34 by 52 by 71 centimeters. It can carry the same 22 kilos in the seat, but at 4.5 kilos has only just over half the weight capacity in its underslung storage basket. When it comes to child comfort, the LX's upright position is more sloped than the Metro's, though the reclined position is similarly near flat and newborn acceptable. Shifting between these positions is a little lighter on the fingers than with the Metro, though I'd note that the adjustment mechanism also feels more flimsy. As far as the dimensions of the seat are concerned, the LX's seat is wider than the Metro's at 34 centimeters, but is significantly shorter with regards to its sitting surface at 79, as well as in terms of its total length when considering space under the canopy and the distance to the footrest at 115. And here, I'd note that two differences, the length of the backrest, 43 versus 51 on the Metro, as well as the leg rest, 13 versus 19, give the LX a specific disadvantage when it comes to the age at which toddlers will have a comfortable reclined position before it's necessary to use the model with the seat upright just to have enough space. With regards to other aspects of the seat, the LX's textiles are also premium feeling, while the harness is even more comfortable to use in my opinion, similarly having no rethread shoulder straps, as well as a magnetic buckle. Like the Metro, the LX also has added ventilation with the seat reclined, as well as an extra couple of mesh panels in the canopy, though I'd note here that even though the canopy extends more or less as deep as with the Metro, those extra ventilation panels don't have covering flaps, and thus will always let at least some light in. For the newborn period, in some parts of the world, the LX also has a newborn apron incorporated into the leg rest, while in addition, it's similarly compatible with a variety of car seat brands when using post adapters, or at least Nuna's own seats when mounting a car seat directly to the bumper bar, and can also mount the little bassinet. Moving on to parent comfort, the LX's handle has a fixed height of 108 centimeters, while its shopping basket is similarly sized, but easier to access in the way it extends a little off the rear frame, as well as by having a larger entry point. When it comes to folding, the LX similarly auto-folds, and the process is lighter when it comes to unfolding, even though, like the Metro, it's also a bit noisy. When folded, the LX self-stands and can be carried either by the handle or its own strap, but the folded dimensions are too large to pass as cabin luggage with many airlines, meaning that you'll likely have to gate check the model. As far as how the LX feels to use, despite also having decently thick bars, the chassis is looser at its hinged connection points and lacks the Metro's support struts, which cause the handle arms to bend and strain during tipping and steering and make the LX feel more fragile and rickety than the Metro. That being said, the LX does have much more noticeable suspension as well as larger wheels, 8.3 inches in the back and 6.3 in the front, which make it more comfortable to drive over rougher ground, even though the weaker design of the chassis means that overdoing it in such conditions will accelerate wear and loosening. So which one of these should you get then? In general, the Metro 3 provides better value in my opinion, with its larger seat, sturdier chassis, smaller folded size, a similarly premium feel with regards to its textiles and other materials, and a price of only $350. While at $600, the only real advantage the TRVL LX offers is its better terrain capability, which might make the difference if you have specific harder off-road areas you'll need to deal with daily, or are traveling to a rougher holiday destination, though even in these cases, there are a few other models out there on the wider market that I personally would consider instead. In any case, we hope you found this video interesting, and if you did, please subscribe, as a sort of support really helps us to continue making videos in the future. If you'd like to know more about either of these models, we have standalone reviews that go into a lot more detail, and links have been added in the description. In addition, if you're currently shopping for a stroller, we have a buyer's guide on our Patreon page, which lists a wide range of models that we recommend, with a lot of technical and lifestyle related information. You can find it by following the link in the description as well. Thank you.